It is the first weekend in July, and that means it's the Under Armour Underclass Championship Tournament here at Towson University. I'm Booker Corrigan, joined as always by my colleague, the Bob Shriver. Coach, we got a great matchup, Baltimore against Long Island in the Command Division Finals. What do you think as far as this tournament? Is it really a war of attrition?
Well, I think it starts with a war of attrition. This will be their sixth game in roughly 2 days in the heat of the summertime in Baltimore in July. You never know who's going to be still playing hard come 2 o'clock.
And now you get to a point where these guys have been together. How does team chemistry play a role in the championship game?
I think by now the team chemistry is probably great. They've been playing together for 2 or 3 days. They've been living together for 2 or 3 days. They know everybody's tendencies. I think team chemistry is not an issue at all.
Okay, and now let's get to some stars to watch. From Long Island, there's a guy that we all need to know about.
Well, this kid, Brennan O'Neill, was probably the first 8th grade commit to Penn State. He starred in high school as an 8th grader. He was a leading scorer on his team. He now is a freshman, just finished his freshman year at St. Anthony's, and I'm telling you, I've seen him play. He is sensational. Kobe Gidner, is their face-off specialist, and he also is somebody. I watched him play last weekend in a club tournament, and he was sensational.
And for Baltimore, who do you like? Who's the guy to watch?
Well, I think we probably would start with Jack Horace. Jack's just finished his freshman year at Loyola High School. He's a Maryland commit. He's a terrific lacrosse player, midfielder. And he runs with Cole Herbert, who's another middie who's a freshman commit to North Carolina. And those two guys have been really impressive this week.
Those will be the guys to watch. Will be the guys you're listening to when Long Island takes on Baltimore in the Command Division Championship game in the Under Armour Underclass Tournament. Corrigan Sports Enterprises is a full-service sports marketing and event management company. Every detail from marketing, public relations, logistics, and cleanup, Corrigan Sports Enterprises handles events from conception to fruition. The premier lacrosse and field hockey recruiting tournaments and high-profile running events. Corrigan Sports Enterprises. If you can dream it, we'll make it happen.
So the biggest difference between the Under Armour Command Head and the Command Low is the ability to form a mid to low pocket, whereas the original Command was designed to form a mid to high pocket. It really is the ideal head shape for attackmen and midfielders who like to shoot the ball. Through the narrow profile, it keeps the ball from hanging in the corners of the head, which is going to give players a more accurate shot. Another great benefit of the design is the Glidescope feature, which allows players to pick up ground balls more quickly and efficiently. Coming in at under 5 ounces, the Command Low is a lightweight option that doesn't compromise the performance benefits of the head. The head is constructed of a temperature stabilizing material that helps it hold up throughout the seasons. If you're a player looking for a lightweight head that delivers power and control, string up the Under Armour Command Low.
And here we go. We are set to face off Long Island against Baltimore, a lacrosse traditionalist dream come true. Bob Shriver, we got a great face-off guy from Long Island named Ginder. You highlighted him in the open. What do you like him to do here?
Well,
is he a pinch and pop guy?
I don't know that much about him. I think most of these guys that are so good at this position at the X now, they can do virtually anything they want, depending on what the other guy's doing.
Okay, and it's William Coletti facing off for the Baltimore team. I got my main man, Frankie Hapney, number 9 on the wing for Baltimore, and Curtis Russo, a 2020 Underclass. He's playing the wing. Ginder looks like he has it. Now it's Russo. Russo with a little time and room. He's going to make something happen. Passes a little errant. It's gathered by Xavier Arlen. And Long Island in white, Baltimore in the purple and black. Under Armour treating us to NFL-themed colors. Thank you to everybody for choosing to watch this game on UnderArmourLacrosse.com as well as CSC Lax. And we got a great dive to the cage. Shot goal. Count that.
We call these speed dodges, Booker.
Yeah, he quicked them.
Yeah, he quicked them. Xavier just gets a little head of steam going, gets inside his defenseman, and really dives across the top of the goal, which of course is legal because he doesn't touch the crease. Watch.
Look at the
just
acceleration.
a bad approach by the defender there, and Xavier gets inside him. We highlighted Brendan O'Neill at the outset of this game, but then as I was coming up to the booth to start the game, somebody told me, beware of Xavier Arlen. It didn't take him very long.
It did not. We don't have a clock on the scoreboard for you, but it is 1-0 Long Island. Clock malfunctioning today here at Towson, but Towson Facilities and Bill Murphy doing an amazing job all weekend long.
That's two really nice ground balls by wingman, number 22 for Long Island, Trevor Kessel.
And Bob, I got to tell you what, you're a Baltimore guy. You went to BL, you coached at BL, you're a Baltimore born and bred. You highlighted Ginder from Long Island in the open, and here he is dominating. I think the Baltimore folks want you to highlight somebody in the defensive end for Baltimore who can dominate right now, because we can't let Ginder take it over. Or Long Island will stretch this lead. They have proven to be dangerous all weekend long. I've been watching all the games. They have been fantastic this weekend. And just like that, 2-0. Strong Island.
Number 18, is that number 18, Booker?
That's Aiden DeZenza.
From St. Anthony's High School, playing for his coach Keith Weiserak, who is the head coach of the Long Island team, is Aiden's varsity lacrosse coach at St. Anthony's. A really nice, strong power move to the goal. Goaltender gave him maybe a little bit too much to shoot at. Goalie for the South team is an interesting story. It's Ben Ulrey. He is a BL kid, and this year on the JV, he was actually the second string goalie. He had a tremendous tryout to make this Under Armour team, and has played very well. Mishandled by the South.
Yep. And
Long
when you say
Island
South,
with
you
another
mean
possession.
You say South, you mean Baltimore.
Oh, we call it Baltimore, don't we? Well, North and South,
region.
Long Island, Baltimore. Come on.
Throw a guy a bone, right? Long Island back on offense. Head coach for the Baltimore team, Keith Gonsolin, and he is assisted by a man who may be a little conflicted today. Big Ron Klausner, a Long Island homeboy who is now down coaching in Baltimore, and absolutely fantastic individual. Loves the game of lacrosse, was a star at Towson State, now Towson University.
And ably assisted over there also on the sideline is Joe Thompson, Joe T.
Oh, yeah.
Loyal high school assistant coach and one of the good guys in the game of lacrosse. Wow. Must have had some grease.
Phantom check. That'll be one we should rewind for the highlights or lowlights if it were. Baltimore now charged with the clearing attempt. And this is Blake Gable. Blake Gable's had a nice tournament. And, of course, as I say that, the jinx takes full hold.
Blake's another BL kid, one of those early commits headed to they didn't give Long Island possession here. They got to get it in the box.
Yes, they do. The 10-second clock is a tick-in.
Great play. Wow.
Brendan Grimes gets it in. Now it's a low shot goal. Counted for Daniel Kelly. There you go, Bob. The guys you highlight in the open tend to excel at the beginning of the games.
Just dumb luck, but this is a nice play. Blake stays with this and makes a pass to his teammate Brendan Grimes from Boys Latin, who makes a better catch, and then he finds Daniel Kelly spooking around on the inside.
I love it.
And a great finish.
And what kind of finish was it, Bob?
A fine finish.
Would you call? Is there a word that starts with the letter N that you might use?
Nifty?
Yes, there it is. Bob Shriver wins the race. The nifty people. You gotta love it. And I'll tell you, Bob, you highlighted Daniel Kelly in the open, and then you said it was dumb luck. Let's be honest. You know lacrosse as well as anybody on the planet. I don't think it was dumb luck.
Well, I tell you, one
Ginger's
thing.
won every faceoff,
Yeah.
and Kelly has the only goal here for Baltimore. I think you know a little bit about the game. You might not be letting on.
But Brennan O'Neill, I just want the fans who are watching this, get a hold of number 21. He might be as good a lacrosse player as I've seen at that age group. Here's number 11, Justin Brown from Half Hollow Hills West with a really nice play. He, again, just gets inside. Baltimore defense has not helped anybody out so far today. Either they've elected not to slide. See, look, there's really no slide here, just a little half-hearted slide. Defenseman just steps in, doesn't put any body on him.
And Justin Brown
just runs right through everybody.
He's got acceleration. They are not doing a lot of favors for starting goalie Benjamin Ullery. Ullery's faced some just wicked shots as we get a nice close look at the face-off battle, and Ginder comes away with another.
Good check. Nice trail check by number 8, William Coletti, the face-off man for the Baltimore team. He stayed with that and got a little check at the end.
Long Island set to run some 6-on-6 offense. Thank you to our sponsors, of course, Durham Capital. And as I say that, boom, acceleration, domination. That's number 4, Xavier Arline. The kid can play.
Well, this is a carbon copy of his first goal.
Yeah.
Watch, he just gets inside defenseman with a bad approach. 15, Will Tominovich. Bad approach, gets inside. Easy dunk, past the goaltender. You know, Ben had made a save, but I'm not so sure he really he might have made that one inside high shot, but the rest of them have been, you know,
toes
standing on the doorstep.
So, Bob, now Baltimore's taking a timeout. They got everybody just gathering right now. You see Joe Thompson, Keith Gonsolin, Ronnie Claus are talking with the guys. Well, what do you do when it's 4-1 in a blink of an eye?
Well, I think you got to be ready to play. You know, they're standing back on their heels a little bit. They've just dodged through the entire defense for 4 goals. I think the message would be pretty clear that we need to help our goalie out. We need to play a little bit more team defense. We need to get set and approach people properly, and let's play some D.
And when you say approach people properly, what's a demonstration of that? Just the way your hips are centered?
Well, you want to have your hips centered, but you want to force the guy who you're approaching to go where you want him to go, not where he wants to go. And twice Xavier that time, you know, he just stepped up the field a little bit and then came back inside. Well, let him step up the field. Yeah. You know, don't let him get inside you. That's just too easy.
Amazing how Xavier Arline has been able to just accelerate to the goal. And, Bob, we joke about he quicked him, but there's 2 perfect examples about how that's what we're talking about. When we say somebody quicked him, you just get him on his heels a little bit, he lunges, and you're by him.
Movement on the north face-off guy. It'll be South's ball, a possession that they sorely need.
Yes. And now we're going to get a reset as Cole Herbert.
I'm not so sure why that happened. He had the ball in his stick. You got to come. You got to stop before the referee's going to blow his whistle. Here's his first midfield with Horace, Herbert, then number 13, Alex Wicks. It's a really nice midfield. They just threw the ball away.
He touched it in. It should be backcourt.
Well, it is, but O'Neill got the ball, so they just give it to Long Island.
And 21, Brendan O'Neill, is a guy you highlighted, and we are eager to see the kind of talents that he has as Long Island settles things. They sub some guys. The restart kind of killed Baltimore in that little incident there. They could have settled the ball, and they had to retract. And now they're back on their heels again, and they trail 4-1 already.
Well, this kid is giving him fits. You can see Xavier Arline is quick, steady.
Yeah. And O'Neill, we haven't even heard much from. There's O'Neill with a shot and a great save on the inside. Now Baltimore gets the clearance. Cole Herbert.
They're under him. They're 5-on-4 if they want to keep pushing it. Herbert will go to the goal, I think.
Herbert
and
shoots stick high.
Questionable shot.
Easy
Colin
save.
Craig.
Easy save for Colin Craig right there.
From the Ward Melville School,
Patriots.
who won the Class A New York State title. Awful.
And they are making them pay for it. Mark Prisilos out of Manhasset.
Well, it starts at the other end. bad shots are turnovers, and this was
Yes.
a bad shot by Herbert. Easy save for Craig. He gets the ball up the field. They're coming in 4-on-3. Baltimore's late getting back on defense, and they're not playing as if they're ready to play in this game.
Well, and now I understand your point there, but also having watched this Long Island team and prepping for the game, I watched them on Thursday and Friday and Saturday, and these guys have double-digit victories in a lot of games. So it could get away from them early, but Baltimore's got to rise above. This time Baltimore jumps early, and Long Island's Curtis Russo will balance things before subbing out. Matt Chanichuk, one of the assistant coaches for the Long Island team. That name, Chanichuk, carries a lot of weight around the Long Island area. I was lucky enough to cover Mike Chanichuk in some ESPN games. Shot, nice save on the inside with a leg by Ulrich. Great clearing pass, and here come Baltimore.
Great pass.
Shot just wide, backed up by Brendan Grimes.
Real nice, unselfish play by midfielder number 10 there for the South, Gabe Zouza, St. Mary's of Annapolis.
You keep saying South.
I'm sorry,
Just
Baltimore.
It's okay.
Can I call Long Island, New York?
Yeah, he called
Or
the
North?
This is Billy Spillman. I coached his father, John Spillman, at Denison. We used to run man-up plays exclusively for John Spillman.
Well, his sons must have inherited some of his stick skills because Billy is a terrific shooter. His little brother, Ryan, is also on this team, and he's also a tremendous shooter.
Nice save on the down-low shot. Craig looking to clear it now for Long Island.
Booker, we were talking about Craig's high school, Ward Melville. They won one of the greatest comebacks in the history of lacrosse.
Yes.
They were playing in the state finals against Pittsford, I believe. They were losing by 4 goals with just over a minute left. They tied the game and won it in overtime.
I remember that story. And I tell you what, as a friend of Timmy and Dennis Goldstein, Ward Melville graduates, I was feeling for them. I was feeling lucky. They came through huge. Now Long Island looking to create some offense here, 6-on-6. They've done fairly well. This is Justin Brown, already with a goal today. Brown, little strip on the back check. Great little play by Jack Stuzren. Stuzren? Stuzren. It is. Now the Baltimore defense is feeling a little bit.
This kid Xavier, he's got great feet. Oh, my Lord.
God, what a catch and release.
Great handle inside by Liam Fairback from Iona Prep. We got a big New York Catholic contingent, Catholic high school contingent between Chaminade, Iona Prep, St. Anthony's.
And we have one 2021 on the Long Island team, goaltender Michael Scharfenberger out of Deerfield Academy. He's a 2021. Other than that, they're all 2020s. We are back at the face-off dot. Ginder doing what he does, but Baltimore comes away with possession and a great over-the-head check, but the ball doesn't come out as Alex Wicks possesses. And Baltimore now, they got to dig out of a hole.
That was a wonderful ground ball by Wicks right there, and then a really good aggressive checking, sliding to him by the New York guys. Kelly again, tremendous play. Here's Herbert and Kelly, 2 kids that play together in high school. Herbert finding them on the inside. End of the first quarter. Big goal, though. Baltimore needed something good to happen, and they just got it.
There's a replay of it. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful.
6-2.
And that's the end of the first quarter. Long Island with the lead, but Baltimore ready to go.
The Tewaaraton Award, given annually to the most outstanding male and female collegiate lacrosse players in the country. An award created to honor the Native American origins of the sport and to celebrate the traditions and culture of the original warriors who played the game. The Touraton Award, presented by Under Armour.
We are honored to present the 2016 Touraton Award.
Details are available at touraton.com.
Versatile. That's one way to describe John Deere compact utility tractors. Quality, convenience, easy to operate. Yeah, those work too. Affordable? Well, if you believe you get what you pay for, we have an industry-leading 6-year powertrain warranty, exclusive John Deere features, 0% for 84 months, all for as little as $99 per month. Yeah, affordable works too. Stop on in one of our 11 locations and test drive one today. Mowers, gators, tractors, and good people. Atlantic Tractor. We live it.
And we are back here. Let's look at the Underclass MVPs from years gone by. You got Matt Rambo, Shaq Stanwyck, A.J. Barretto, Michael Sowers. Sowers is doing some work at Princeton, Bob, and as an Ivy League guy myself, I like to really give him a shout-out. He's doing great work at Princeton. And then on the girls, Shelby Harrison had a great game last night in the senior girls game. Megan Whittle, obviously, in Under Armour, All-American for the senior game, and now starring in the college game. And you got your man Shaq on there. So Mary's got to be happy.
Well, I can't speak to the girls very well, but the guys, that's a who's who. Matt Rambo, Shaq Stanwyck, Beretta, Sowers, all stars on their respective teams in college. Pretty amazing.
Long Island wins the faceoff to start the second quarter.
They've, I think it's safe to say they've dominated that part of this game so far. I think the only one that the Baltimore teams won was when Gintner jumped, violated. Well, we got a slide.
And they possess it, through it, shot, goal. You can see that coming a mile away. Great play by gritty number 15, Michael O'Connell out of Chaminade.
Kind of, I would say we got a slide, number 22 slides. Stuzen slides, but he takes a bad angle. And this guy gets past him, and then Gable takes a bad angle. Middle of the field. Again, semi not a fair fight.
And like you said, you just saw him run through sticks. You know, when he went down, the Baltimore defense stopped playing good defense. And it happens a lot. But right now, Baltimore needs to find a way to stop it from happening. As Strong Island, the 5-1 Sixers, out to a 7-2 lead. And I don't know about your Twitter right now, Bob, but mine's blowing up.
Well, it's interesting. One of the things that's really interesting about this game, this is a huge recruiting event, this Under Armour, Underclass, and Command and the Highlight Division. It's a huge recruiting gig for the colleges, but starting today until the 6th of this month, Division I colleges are in a dead period, and they're really not allowed to recruit. So a lot of the Division I guys that were big time here the last 2 days, they may very well be watching this game being streamed.
Yeah.
You know, so
you're exactly right.
So we got to be extremely careful when we're talking about respective colleges.
Right, and also, you were here, I was here. The college coaches were lined up from not restraint line to restraint line, but from goal line to goal line. There were over 145 different college coaches here recruiting to look and evaluate, even though they can't touch the 2020s and 2019s even until September 1st. Now they're able to evaluate them, and so they can watch them. You just can't talk to them, and you just can't commit them. Man up here for the team Baltimore.
Starting in a 3-3. So many teams either start in one or end up in one. Let's see what they've got going here.
And this is an absolutely huge man-up opportunity for the Baltimore team. Little fake flip here, 21. Cole Herbert comes away.
Big save.
Backed up by Brendan Grimes. Grimes a star for that BL team that had a great year.
See if they don't stay in this 3-3. They had Horace open there, and a really nice save.
Oh, inside Grimes with a dunk. You very much. 7-3 now, Bob. That becomes itchy. 7-2 is the comfort zone. 7-3 is itchy.
Well, Grimes, nice pass down the lower left there. Grimes down there on that goal line extended. He's a big kid, about 6'1", with a really good, strong, decisive shot. over Greg's shoulders.
He's my size, 6'1".
Yeah, but he doesn't weigh 250.
I'm not 250, Bob. The good news is, for me and all you listeners, I am not 250, but I'm getting there. With your help and the help with all the people listening, we can reach the 250 plateau. I was raised in a house, Bob. You should be able to laugh at yourself. Another face-off. Ball kicked out of bounds, and it's going to be
and
long
a mishandle. That's
yeah.
That's 2 or 3 possessions that Baltimore has had that they've thrown away. Goes right back to Long Island. When you're losing by 4 goals, those little possessions, you gotta keep them when you make them, especially off the face-offs. It looks to me like 10 and 20 on the South team, the Baltimore team, and 10 on the Long Island team. They're going at each other a little bit.
Just go ahead and call them North.
No, I'm not calling them North. They're Long Island.
You're calling Baltimore the South team.
They're not South. They're from Baltimore.
You can't stop calling them the South team. Long Island possession, Long Island in the white, Baltimore in the black.
They've changed their attack a little bit, Long Island. O'Neal's just been hanging out. They put in a new guy. Here's Xavier.
It's interesting, Bob. You say O'Neal's just kind of hanging out. Do you have that feeling inside you that at some point he's going to take this game over and just score 3 goals in a row?
My guess is he'll take it over if he has to.
If he has to, yeah.
If he doesn't, I've been impressed, actually. He's willing to throw the ball to the open man. I watched St. Anthony's play Boys Latin in a lacrosse game this spring. He scored 4 goals, and one was easier than the other. He's a really impressive kid. Nice defense by Ryan Lancaster. That should be a turnover. It crossed the midline.
Yep. And that's crucial now that attackmen know how to play that. That should be a violation right there for.
They called it. I think Kelly did a good job sort of baiting the official almost into calling that.
Yeah, you have to.
Nice pass.
Oh, what a pass. What a save.
Great pass and a questionable shot, quite honestly.
Yeah, you got to go low there. I agree with you. Make the goalie make a better save than that, but at least, let's be honest, he didn't shoot wide.
He didn't shoot wide, and Craig was up to the task, actually. Craig's been impressive so far.
That's such a great look at it. I got to tell you what, hats off to the Invicta crew. These guys do amazing job. And tell you what, we're in shade. The bulk of the Invicta crew for our TV cameras and production team, they're out in the blazing sun. It can be tough at times.
Well, I watched a little bit of the girls and the guys' senior game. They just threw it away.
God,
lazy
keep it on.
pass.
That's the defenseman's got to know how to keep it on, and they do. And this could add up to a goal. We need Baltimore to pick one up here, make it 7-4, and
make this game interesting.
Make Long
Here
Island
they're just rotating again.
Christmas.
Another lazy pass. When you throw passes, your body has to be moving towards the target. That pass, his feet were kind of stuck in cement right there. Never got his legs moving.
And Bob, you coached the game for a long, long time. I tell kids all the time, you can't play the game with your feet standing still. How do you get that across to kids?
There we just got a little slash on number 16.
How do you get it across the kids to play the game with your feet moving?
Yeah, one of the things we always like to mention was that you run to pass and you should be running to catch. And that puts everybody in motion. And if everybody's in motion, usually things work out.
You know what I like to say, Bob, and especially it was Shaq Stanwyck who the line I used it on was, you catch the ball with your hands, with your feet moving and your hands free, and if you don't think that's awesome, you need awesome lessons.
Long Island's going to be extra man here. They ate that penalty up. Baltimore threw 2 bad passes on extra man. Baltimore's very lethargic in this game, and they really deserve to be where they are right now, down 7-3.
But also, and we talked about it's a war of attrition. It's a war of keeping your guys healthy, but it's also a war of keeping your guys energized. And right now, Baltimore's not playing with that energy. And I know Coach Keith Gonsolinda, I've actually played golf with Gonzo. Good man. He wants to get this team going, but it can't be a coach jumping up and down to get you excited about playing the game. You got to be excited about taking on Long Island in the championship of the Command Division of the Under Armour Underclass tournament. That should get you excited. But they just might be drained.
No excuse.
Well,
Long Island's played
Long Island's
just
cruised.
many games, too.
They've been in cruise control for the second half, a lot of games, too, though.
Long Island just in a straight 3-3. They're moving a little bit. Big save.
Nice body save there by Ullery.
Got behind that shot really well.
Baltimore really needs a stop here. It wouldn't kill them to get a shorthanded little possession. Kill some clock. It's a full 1 minute slash. Inside feed, shot, goal, and what I just said you can take and disregard because Russell Mayer from Mount Sinai dunks. Here's a replay for you, Bob.
Well, the inside is the one place you got to cover when you're down a man, and Baltimore did not do a good job covering. Nice cut by Mayer there, and a better finish, but on man-down defense, you give up a 10, 12-yarder, but don't give up a 3-yard dunk.
But to Baltimore's defense, Mayer made a great catch there on the backside, on the cross-face catch, as we like to call that drill. But yes, Mayer made it a nice little cut. The pass was where it needed to be, and Russell Mayer makes it 8-3, late second quarter in the Command Division Under Armour Underclass Championship game, the 2020s and 2021s. We get a hold, and it's going to be, it's a violation.
Third violation against the team in white, which is New York. The Long Island team will be down a man, 30-second penalty. Any group violations, whether it's a face-off guy, your wing guys, any violations on a face-off, if you have 3 in any half, the other team gets a 30-second penalty. Baltimore, they just had a extra man, and they threw 2 horrible passes by not moving their feet. Now we have another one. Maybe they'll be a little bit more, let's say, engaged in moving the ball.
And let's describe them as lazy passes, like you said.
No question.
Horrible passes leaves some room for interpretation. They were just flat out lazy. They were standing still throwing the ball. Diagonal pass, Brendan Grimes, the hot man on the stick. And Brendan Grimes is go-to guy right now.
Well, they're just running a little rotation out of the 3-3. Brendan started in on the crease. He rotates out to the goal line extended. Nice through pass by Horace. Grimes catches. Their defenseman, the Long Island defenseman, taking a bad approach to him. He gets a beautiful face dodge past him, gets his hands up high and away, and dunks the ball. Really impressive goal by Grimes.
A little bit of Shaq Stanwyck-esque in the way he moves and carries things. Of course, he doesn't have the luxury of playing his freshman year with Wells Stanwyck, which I would have liked to have done. 8-4 now. Long Island jumped out to the early lead. Baltimore refusing to go away, but not showing a lot of signs of being able to overtake them. Ginder plays it, misplays it, gathers it, and now looks to clear. Ginder's showing some speed, too. He's not just a Fogo brick house. And Brennan O'Neill.
I mean, look at the calves on this kid.
Yeah, almost like mine.
His timeout, appropriate timeout by Coach Wizerack.
And now, so at halftime, we got a lot of action coming on for you. Bob, right now it's 8-4. The timeout by Long Island could be an advantage for Baltimore because they kind of needed it. At halftime, we have the Under Armour All-American Senior Press Conference highlights. We'll talk about some of the kids and see some of the stuff that we saw last night. It was amazing. And then at the end of the game, of course, the Durham Capital Player of the Game. Now, Bob, Long Island took a timeout as a longtime coach. Have you ever taken a timeout or seen the other team? Let's ask it this way. Have you ever seen another team take a timeout that was to your benefit?
Well, I always, personally, at the end of quarters when the other team takes timeouts, I've traditionally maybe changed our defense a little bit to just give them another look. And, they're over there setting up an offensive play. But if you come out and you give them a new look on defense, at the very least you might get 10 or 15 extra seconds that it'll take them to set up their offense, and maybe I don't know. Yeah,
they have to recognize it's a zone, and then they throw 4 extra passes. That's
and then
4
all of a
chances.
sudden, all of a sudden the quarter's over.
And then also, that's 4 extra chances for them to throw a lazy pass and throw it away, like Baltimore's done a couple times.
Right. But the flip side of that is we're playing in an all-star game. These kids have had minimal practices. You know, a coach hasn't been with them, you know, for 3-4 weeks before we even started playing games to put stuff like zone defenses in. So Baltimore's come out and playing man. Long Island's setting a pick for O'Neal. See if they can't get his hands free.
I tell you what.
And we've watched a lot. He is an unbelievable finisher. Look at his finish.
Look at his size.
Well,
I mean,
they do a nice job and just set a down screen, and O'Neal just keeps running until he gets his hands free. And that ball is hip side, off hip to the far post. It's really, quite honestly, an unsavable shot.
And it's Brian Wood-esque. I mean, one of the things that stuck out to me from Brian Wood was he played the game at a full sprint. And Brendan O'Neal right there was playing the game at a full sprint. Yes, it is halftime here at Towson. 9-4 your score. We'll be back.
For over 30 years, Cascade has been the most trusted helmet in lacrosse. Introducing the Cascade S. The pinnacle of protection, comfort, and vision. Cascade, passion to protect.
I'd like to welcome everybody to the 2017 Under Armour All-American Press Lunch.
The All-American experience has been great so far. You know, we get surprised like every few hours with something new, and practice is great, the meals are awesome, and the speakers are good too. My reaction, well, I was on spring break with my team, and I got the call from like a random number. Wasn't sure if I was going to pick up, and I picked up, and it was pretty exciting news. I was excited right away. I was just antsy to get down here. Coach Bresci and the whole coaching staff really implements a family feel, so it made me feel comfortable when I was there, which is really good.
It's been pretty sweet. They hooked us up with some nice gear immediately when we arrived, so it's been awesome. The hotel's been great, and couldn't ask for anything better, so it's been great. So I remember telling my mom, I was like, oh, I really gotta like ask my coaches to like petition for me, and then she was like, no, it's for juniors only, and I just remember getting the call and being so happy I didn't miss it, and it was great. It was awesome. Look forward to playing with some great players. Obviously, you can see like some of the best players in the country are here, and also looking for some highlight plays. That'd be hopefully not on me, but.
When I got the phone call, my first reaction was kind of disbelief. I had heard about it and obviously watched it on TV, so being actually invited to play in that was something else, and I was very, very excited. So far, the Under Armour All-American experience has been nothing short of amazing. They've taken care of us so well, and honestly attended to our every need and given us everything that we could hope for. I think I arrived at my decision to attend Princeton University. I really value the balance they place on academics as well as athletics.
Once I got the phone call, I was in awe. Like, I was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe this is happening. Like, to play with all these girls that are so talented, it was just awesome. Once I stepped onto the Hopkins campus, I was like, oh my goodness, this is awesome. I love the coaches, I love the girls, they're all so welcoming, so I just kind of knew it was the place for me. I would say my dad. He played at Loyola University, and I guess I kind of like resemble him out on the field, like just getting the ball up and down the field and like playing fast, keeping everyone up and high-spirited. So, yeah, my dad.
Great call. Second half, set to go Long Island with a lead, but Baltimore and their never-say-die attitude is ready to go here second half. Goalie changes. Jackson Marshall from Calvert Hall in goal for the Baltimore squad, and Michael Scharfenberger out of Deerfield Academy in goal for Strong Island.
Well, one thing for Baltimore, the first half goalie Ben Ulrey didn't have a good game, but I don't think his defense played very well in front of him. Jackson Marshall in the goal for Baltimore is a slightly not even slightly, he's a much more experienced kid than Ben Ulrey. See if he can't settle in. Big ground ball. Nice pass.
Shot just wide that time offered by Alex Wicks, but the ground ball by Jack Stuzen out of Gilman. And here's Grimes. Grimes with a couple goals already. Inside feed shot. What a save by Scharfenberger. Stands his ground. And those are the ones, Baltimore needs those little dinks.
Yeah, that was a nice pass by Grimes. And it looked like Rory Jones had a good opportunity. There's a carbon copy of the first goal.
And thank goodness for Baltimore that Xavier didn't dunk that one, because he was accelerating hard to the cage. Now it's Cooten.
Well, after somebody's beaten you twice on the same exact move, I think you got to be a little bit more aware that this is what he wants to do, Xavier Arlene. He's pretty impressive, though. He's got great feet.
Here's Justin Brown, number 11, now sharing it with Arden Denzenza.
It's a good battle here. Chorus against Denzenza, who scored a goal earlier on a nice move right down that far sideline.
Fairback shares it up with Brown, and now it's back with O'Neal. Here's O'Neal. And Baltimore stands their ground well. Back to Brown. Frankie Hapney all over him. Well, Frankie committed to Michigan. Oh, goes over the head, but harmlessly, because nothing happens out of it. And here's Arlene. Behind the back pass, tries to, oh God, it gets picked off on the way to the goalie. Then it flies high in the air, and it's gathered by
the ball. They got a fast break. If he gives, he doesn't even have to give it up. They're 5-on-3.
Shot from the outside, just wide, and that's got to be a wasted opportunity.
Horace should have passed that ball across to Kelly. Kelly was a little bit behind him. He might not have seen him. It's too bad. 5-on-3s are opportunities you got to put. That rarely happen. You got to put that ball in the cage.
Grimes settles. Now it's up top with Cole Herbert. Herbert gets it over to Chorus.
Here's Ryan Spillman running midfield with these guys. Ryan's the only 21 kid on the Baltimore team. Younger brother to Billy.
As Grimes whistles one low and wide, Chorus with the backup, he will inbound. Ryan Spillman top center as Chorus drives. Chorus, could be called a hold, not a hold that's given up.
This is a good opportunity for New York. Chorus and
nice ground
Herbert
ball.
had inverted that time.
And now we get a whistle. It looked like it was Baltimore's ball clearly, but
Not
I
sure
think
what the call was.
They might have called a moving pick. And a great ride as Daniel Kelly gathers it. And now Baltimore looking to make something happen. Kelly on the inside, now double. Moves it, and this is Spillman. Spillman, Ryan.
Spillman goes to Boys Latin. His brother Billy goes to Gilman. His grandmother is wearing a Boys Latin hat and a Gilman shirt, or vice versa.
Yep.
It looks great.
And his father John went to Gilman. Oh, Grimesy gets filthy with it. Goodness gracious.
Grimes having a great game for the Baltimore team. That's his third goal.
Grimes needs to wash his hands after he does something like that. Goodness gracious. Look at this. I can smell that from up here.
Grimes makes a great cut to the goal, and the Long Island defenseman stuck behind him a little bit. Grimes gets his hands free, sticks that thing in the upper corner.
Grimes, he plays for that Looney's 2020 team. One of the best 2020 teams in the country. I mean, they're really good. They're not the best. They're all one of.
Who coaches that team?
I think his dad, Ryan Grimes.
Oh, Ryan, that's right. That is Ryan Grimes. Former Hofstra great.
One of the absolute standouts for the Hofstra Dutchman. Long Island looking to control it, flip behind the back. Great action all over the field, and it's going to be out of bounds. And Baltimore possession.
Oh,
Whoa!
that's a penalty.
And then we get a flag from the far side.
He sees it there.
Okay,
the ref right here in front of him doesn't make the call. I'm very surprised.
Okay, Bob, here's my question. The guy from across the field saw it and threw the flag. Is that a bad move by him because he called what he saw?
Well, it was a penalty. And the ref right in front of the play didn't call it. So somebody's got to make the call. Hey, one of them got it right.
Yeah, the kid
was
clearly
a
turned
penalty.
and whacked him, and that's a penalty if
Well, that's I think some of that's a product of playing 6 games in heat.
Sure.
Everybody's got a little edgy, you know.
Sure, he's a little edgy, and I'm not saying the kid was out of bounds. It wasn't a vicious slash, but he turned and fouled him. But the ref on the scene didn't call it, but the ref across the field saw it. And my feeling is with officials, if you see it, you should call it.
Well, I'm not sure why they're giving the ball to the white team. They're calling a penalty, I guess a simultaneous penalty, one on white and one on black. And as a result,
it's got to be a bench
the
penalty
white
on
team's
Baltimore or something.
getting the ball. I'm not sure what's transpired. It's hard to know. We don't have anybody down on the field that can relay that to us. But clearly, the second penalty was against the Baltimore team, and by rule, that gives possession to Long Island. That's a tough break. Baltimore must have made a mistake. They had a wonderful opportunity to go extra man and make it possibly 9-6. Instead, they're playing 5-on-5 lacrosse.
It was definitely that's unfortunate for Baltimore because we need them to come back a little bit. 9-5, 9-6 sounds better, right? I mean, there's no doubt Long Island can score goals.
And I would say that the bigger and more open the field is clearly benefits
Brendan O'Neill
and Xavier Arline, who is very, very quick, obviously. It's really hard to play quality lacrosse players in this much space when it's only 5-on-5.
Now, I'm seeing a defenseman in the box for Baltimore. It leads me to believe that there was something said or done. Unfortunate turn of events for Baltimore and Long Island because they had a kid who, had a late foul.
Well, the defenseman's in the box was the guy that got slashed, so maybe he dropped an F-bomb or something as he was running off the field, and that's a penalty.
Yeah. Arline looking to make something happen yet again, and both penalties have now expired. We are playing 6-on-6, 9-5 your score here. Third quarter action. Booker Corrigan and Bob Shriver bringing you the Command Division Championship game between Long Island and Baltimore in the Under Armour Underclass tournament. A nice little save there by Jackson Marshall.
First chance Jackson's had, and the shooter that time, Liam Fairback, dropped his stick. Jackson went right down with his stick and made it look easy.
And we know his family's excited about that save. Jackson Marshall has a good support group. Am I correct there, Bob?
Well, I think every kid out here's got a great support group. He's no different than anybody else, but I know his parents are definitely very, very into it. Boy, Grimes is on fire today. That's his 4th goal. He's got 4 out of the 6 Baltimore teams. He scored 3 with his natural left hand. That time he does a nice job driving up top side and just turns with his right hand.
We like to call that an outside roll.
Yeah,
you have
some
an inside
people,
roll. I don't like that. I don't like the question mark. It's outside. You have an inside roll, and you have an outside
semantics.
roll.
Either way you call it. Outside roll or a question mark is a nice play by Grimes, who clearly has demonstrated he's got a strong left hand.
Yep.
Long Island played that left hand. Grimes rolled back to his right. Big goal.
I think his father, Ryan Grimes, did a couple of those at Hofstra. A couple outside rolls.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, his father was a defenseman, so that
Still
would have been some trick.
Still can do an outside roll, Bob.
Well, the one thing I've been impressed with Gindner, as a face-off guy, it's one thing to get the draw, but it's another to control the ball when you get it, and Gindner's done a really nice job.
And
once he picks the ball up, it's his. You don't have to worry about him making the right pass. There he is again.
Arline loves to attack from the underneath spot. Xavier has some moves. This is Fairback, number 3 for Long Island, matched up by Souza.
He doesn't look Fairback doesn't look like he weighs 130 pounds, but his feet are going about 1,000,000 miles an hour. He's got quick feet. Look at this. Tried to do too much there. Nice trail check. Little unsettled potential here.
And a flag flies, so Baltimore's going to have the man advantage on a late hit as they balance out with Souza. And now it's 22, Jack Stuzen.
Baltimore's going to get a free possession here. If they can score, this is going to be a minute penalty.
Ryan Lancaster gets some room, shot. Save on the inside, stick side shot, stick side save. 9-6 your score, but Baltimore going on the man advantage. They've clawed their way back into this, Bob.
They have, I agree. They found halftime was good for them, I think. They found their legs a little bit, playing much better here in the second half. So far on Extra Man, we watched the Baltimore team. They start in a 3-3 set, and they rotate. If you watch, it looks like Grimes is going to play up top here. He's going to throw the ball to the middle, and then Grimes is probably going to cut to the crease. See if he doesn't cut to the crease guy's going to slip out. Let's see if they do the same play. There he goes. Crease guy slips out. They're going to try a fake flip and maybe throw through to Horace.
Shot just wide.
They had a great opportunity. That's how they started the game on Extra Man, the exact same play.
Here's Grimes. Backside up top now. Cole Herbert backs up with it.
They're going to go back into a traditional 3-3 here.
Horace. Now it's Herbert. Horace shot just wide. And it stays here.
He had Horace, I think he had Kelly down on that lower block.
Billy Spillman doing a nice job backing up the goal. Here's Horace shot bouncer. And Spillman backs up. The penalty expires. Bob, it's time to announce the referees for today's game. Cole Trickle, Pete Mitchell, and Daniel Caffey.
I'm not familiar with those, but what movie were they in?
Well, those are all characters played by Tom Cruise.
Which one was in, what's that movie?
Pete Mitchell.
Pete Mitchell.
Maverick.
Maverick.
Oh, Brendan Grimes, welcome to the party. Jump back, kiss yourself. So pretty. Grimes, he's got some funk in his bag. And that was just simple. Left hand gets extension, frees his hands.
Left hand power.
Face off.
Wow.
And Long Island's going to take a little time out here. And we're going to step away for just a moment, but enjoy the beauty of Brendan Grimes. Corrigan Sports Enterprises is a full-service sports marketing and event management company. Every detail from marketing, public relations, logistics, and cleanup, Corrigan Sports Enterprises handles events from conception to fruition. The premier lacrosse and field hockey recruiting tournaments and high-profile running events. Corrigan Sports Enterprises. If you can dream it, we'll make it happen. Hey, here we are, 9-7 the score. Baltimore, who was once left for dead, is now clawed their way back into within 2. Here's the last goal.
Grimes, who's really just having a phenomenal day, running left-handed, and he actually stepped away, freed his body up, and then he stepped into this shot, and another tremendous shot. That's his 5th goal. It's Long Island's winning 9. Grimes has 5, so he's keeping them close. I know Coach Brian Farrell is probably at Boys Latin School is pretty excited to be watching this today.
And he's already texted me. He's logging on. He actually noticed a couple grammatical errors that you've said, but that's okay. You know, we all make a little grammatical mistake every now and then, but you know, we excuse those. My daughter Mary texted me. She said, "You look good on camera."
You mean on radio?
No, she's watching. It's live stream, Bob. She's watching live stream, Holmes.
Go, Nick. 4th quarter starting. Baltimore's worked their way back into what's turning out now to be a good game. Here's Gidner. Oh, nice ground ball by Stuzen.
Stuzen coming in. We're on a fast break. Kelly down low to Grimes. Will it happen again? Oh, Stuzen, yes, you like that. Yes, you do. Oh, goodness.
Well, if we can watch this all the way from the beginning face-off, Stuzen with a great ground ball, and Baltimore plays something that is rarely seen. Watch this. This is a left-handed fast break. Kelly throws the ball down to Grimes. Grimes throws it across to Stuzen, who stayed in the top of the box. Instead of cutting, he stayed right there. Grimes finds him, and Stuzen sticks it. It's not a fair fight when a guy's got that 6-foot pole, and he's about 3 or 4 yards from you.
The goalie for Long Island was already down on us. He's like, get me out of here. And I would do the same thing. I'd have run out of the goal. And now we're at 9-8. I don't know what Keith Gonsolin and Ron Klausner and Joe Thompson fed these guys at halftime, but it's certainly working. And Baltimore now wins the face-off with a chance to tie. Now, Bob, it's 9-8. If Baltimore scores here, they can tie it.
Your mathematics skills
it's like I'm a wizard.
And analysis is remarkable.
It's like I'm a wizard.
Well, Baltimore comes back with this first midfield unit. Ryan Spillman ran a second ago, but now they're, instead of Alex Weeks, but now they've come back with Alex Weeks, Horace, and Herbert. And I'd look for Horace, who's drawn the shorty, to try to create a little offense and see if they can't drive hard, see if they can't get the defense rotating, and then start to spin the ball.
Oh, Horace shoots at the goaltender. He has a tendency to drop down to his knees, this Scharfenberger. Be interesting to see how long his career lasts doing that.
I'd say Horace is a little guilty today of not taking quality enough shots.
Yep.
He's taken about 5 or 6, and unfortunately he's missed a goal a couple times, and that one was not a good shot.
And Long Island now looking to make something happen from a long stick shot, and the stick was hit on the way, and now it's in the capable hands of Jackson Marshall.
He's got Horace open, and he found him.
Yeah.
Nice and easy.
I think he's listening to the game in his helmet.
He's under.
They're under.
Hit the pipe.
Post toasties, but Baltimore gets the rebound.
Nice play by Wicks.
Yeah, Wicks gathers. Oh, and the pass to the open man has hit the shaft of the Long Island defender. We are 9-8.
This midfield's got to be gassed.
Oh, yeah.
Long Island can
Both
push
teams.
the ball. Long Island can push the ball, maybe get underneath a little bit. Midfield has been on the field a long time.
Great pass by O'Neal. And I was going to say, as Baltimore's threatening the cage down here, one of the things we're going to see is Brendan O'Neal. On this end of the field, Brendan O'Neal is going to grab the bull by the horns. That's how he handles his business.
O'Neal or our line is going to make something happen here. Long Island needs a goal, I think. This is a big possession. Let's look for one of these two stalwarts, number 4 and number 21, to do something. They've worked this down screen a couple times to O'Neal. That time they down screened for our line. And now they've got Shorty, Govern Denenza on the goal line extended.
Fourth quarter action here in the Under Armour Underclass Command Division Championship game. And so many great teams from the West. We had a team from San Diego, originally discovered by the Germans in 1904. Midwest team. New England was fantastic. Jersey was tremendous. Philadelphia did an amazing job and just got knocked out late. Nice little dodge by Brown. Brown shot goal. You knew he liked that. Justin Brown. How you like me now?
This is not unlike his first goal of the game. In the first period, Brown just gets his legs moving and really runs through kind of everybody.
And he has that little wiggle where you can't tell. Look at him dodging here.
Yeah, real quick. He did a nice job. Bad approach. We talked about those approaches. Number 21 makes a bad approach here. Look, he's flat-footed. Brown gets by the first guy. Now he's got a little momentum, gets by 2 and 3.
And when you say he had momentum, he used that momentum to throw a little fake to the slide guy.
And I'm not sure what happened here, but Baltimore didn't even have to face off, and they got the ball back.
I don't know whether they call it delay or unsport. I don't know what it was. And there's not a lot of things that happen in a lacrosse game that neither you or I can explain.
Well, there's not a 2-goal rule and give the other team the face-off, right?
This is not Perry Parkway rec indoor. Shot, and they're going to say it went in. There's no replay in this game. It is good. 10-9 your score. I don't know whether it broke the plane, Bob.
Well, let's see here. Herbert doesn't have a great angle, and he shoots the ball. It looks like it went right off the goalie's chest. And the referee is right here on the goal line extended. Yep. That thing went past that lower left-hand pipe, it looked like, on the replay. Look at this ball. See if you can't see it on the lower left pipe right there. Goalie reaches into the goal. He didn't complain. Goaltender would have complained if he didn't think it was going in.
Great call by you. Great call by you. The goaltender kind of said, hey, no, and then right away said, yeah. And Long Island, to their credit, handled it well. The Long Island bench is not blowing up about it. They're ready for the next play. Here's Horace with the ground ball off the faceoff.
Let's give Coletti some props here. He's settled down after being dominated in the first half and has won some big faceoffs.
Yep.
Spillman with the ball, playing with Kelly and Grimes.
Spillman's done a real good job of letting the game come to him.
Spillman to Spillman right there, 18-17. That's pretty neat. It's got to be a thrill for both those kids and their parents.
Some might call it nifty, but that race has already been run.
I know both Spillmans would love to get the ball with their hands free. Nice trail check. Kelly looked like he was open.
And now they're digging for it on the crease. Now we get a whistle.
This is interesting. This is another call from 40 yards away. I'm not sure what the call was, but it's Baltimore's possession.
And Long Island not complaining. They must have had a guy step on the field early. Or too many. I think that's a procedural violation. Here's Spillman. Spillman pushes it behind. Here's Kelly. And now it's the hot hand. Grimes. And the Long Island team is attuned to him right now. They are going to slide early and often.
Great ride. Really nice ride.
That is a great ride. And they make him. And Spillman picks up the loose change. Looks to move it. Moves it up the sideline into some traffic. That's going to be off Long Island. Baltimore ball late here, fourth quarter. 10-9, your score. And fans, you know as well as we do how much time's left.
Horace got some space.
Horace does have some space. Shot over the cage. Dreadful. And they give it to Long Island. And when I say give it to, I just mean that the call was a 50-50 call. Long Island earned it. That's the way it's going to be.
Horace had a tough day shooting.
Yes, he did.
He just called a penalty there.
Who?
The referee called a slash on that riding play.
That's a cone.
Oh, I apologize. He ran over the cone. It looked like it popped right out of his back.
Bob, that's Bob. That's why they had me with you. That's a cone.
Unfortunately, Booker, we don't know what the clock's saying right now.
I know.
We need Ryan Corrigan to call over to the tent so we can find out how much time's left in the game.
Ryan's now over there. He's eating his fifth hoagie. It's tough for him to get up out of the chair.
Isn't he the director of this show?
Yeah, he's eating a hoagie right now, so it's unfortunate. 18 for Long Island. Doesn't look well.
I think he just got checked up into his neck.
Midsection.
Yeah, no, actually into his neck a little bit.
Okay.
Referees didn't see any infraction. I'm sure the Long Island guys are saying this must be a Baltimore group referee.
Yeah, they say that.
As frequently.
Yeah, I'm sure for the game where Long Island, Baltimore would be saying it's a Long Island group.
Absolutely.
The refs don't care. They just want to see a great game and let the kids determine it. And here's Brendan O'Neill, shot goal. Oh my goodness, it was a mom going to fool the bookman.
Doesn't happen that often.
That does not happen that often at all. And here's Horace.
I'm guessing at some point in this game, Horace is going to actually hit the goal. Timeout. Baltimore.
I could have predicted that timeout. Now, Bob, it's 10-9. Baltimore's done a nice job standing on defense. And here's Brendan O'Neill with the shot. I don't know how that didn't go in. What do you run? You're Baltimore. You have the timeout. You understand what's going on. We have 3 minutes, 3:20 left in the game. So it's not desperation time. What do you run?
I think you just play offense. You don't have to do anything special. Let's run the offense that they set up, that they've been practicing, for their 3 practices before the game that they've been consistently running here. I'm thinking that just watching this a little bit, they want to initiate with either Horace or Herbert, 21 or 14, depending which one has the pole. or doesn't have the pole, excuse me.
And Brendan Grimes, I want him in the play somewhere.
Well, you want him at the tail end of the play. He or Kelly at the tail end of the play because they are such dynamic finishers.
And you're right. Kelly does have a knack for finishing big plays, and he played, varsity for Calvert Hall this year. He's been in big game situations. As we look at the man of the hour right now, Long Island goaltender Michael Scharfenberger, headed to Deerfield Academy as a 2021. He's going to have, like a kindergartner in a Porta-John, he's going to have to stand on his toes.
Well, the one thing we've seen, it's a tale of two halves by the goaltenders. Scharfenberger hasn't had much of an opportunity. His defense hadn't stood in front of him, not unlike the way Ullery's defense didn't stand in front of him. Jackson Marshall's defense has done a much better job. Here's Herbert initiating.
Shot by Herbert goes wide, backed up by Kelly. Daniel Kelly will initiate from outside the box. Kelly, a natural left-hander over on that right side. He's going to move it, and here's Horace.
And they're going to Herbert's going to set a screen for Horace.
Horace gets a little bit doubled, and now it's down. Third shot saved by Scharfenberger on the shot, maybe even been over the cage. But Scharfenberger gathers possession and now looks up the middle of the field. Heads up.
Great play. Good play by Scharfenberger.
LaxAllStars with the catch. And now Long Island. How much clock do they run out, and how much time do the referees give them before they put the 30-second shot clock on them?
Well, the one thing I'd say in this lacrosse game that's been somewhat interesting to watch is both teams in this big championship game, both teams have kind of stuck with one midfield on offense.
Yeah.
This is Long Island's first midfield. Brown, Fairback, and Denenza. And there's Justin Brown for his third goal of the game. Really nice, just left-handed drive with a little speed.
Out of Half Hollow Hills. 2 minutes to go in the game, and Baltimore down 2. Long Island with the lead and with an amazing face-off guy in Kobe Ginder.
Brown's pretty impressive. He's forced one or two today, but he's actually never lost the ball in those situations, but he's driven through the defense for 2 beautiful goals. That's just a little left-handed sweep and a really effective shot. Down at the other end, Baltimore took what I would say wasn't a great shot. Scharfenberger, right on his post where he's supposed to be, and a beautiful outlet pass, but a better catch by number 17.
Yes, it was.
Nicholas Lacaza.
And that's the coach that you are, Bob. You notice the little things, the things that made that possible. Baltimore down 2. Here's Spillman. Spillman accelerates off the pick, right-handed shot off hip, and it's going to be backed up by Kelly. That should be Baltimore ball.
It's a good save.
Yeah.
Really good save. And a good shot off hip.
Got his body behind. That's an outside shot. Backed up by Cole Herbert. See if Herbe wants to put things in motion.
They rolled Herbert down on attack.
A lot of room for him right now. Shot low save by Scharfenberger.
Scharfenberger's
and here's
stood
McGee.
Tall here right at the end of this game.
Robert McGee, defensive short stick midi, looks to clear it.
1 minute.
1 minute remaining in a 2-goal game, and Brendan O'Neill with the ball. You got to like your position if you're Long Island.
Now Brown, we've seen him. He's got terrific feet. Nobody's going to be able to take the ball away from him as long as he finds enough space. Baltimore needs to press out here a little bit.
And I tell you, Bob, we've never selected a player from the losing team as the player of the game, but Brendan Grimes has made a case for it.
Well, he has 5 goals and 1 assist. I would say that it's a pretty good case. On the New York side, Justin Brown's been pretty dynamic with 3 goals, including the one that potentially iced this game to put him back up by 2.
Baltimore had the chance to tie it up, and Long Island stood tall. You got to credit Long Island for weathering the storm, and that's ball game. Unbelievable action all day today.
Really nice game by New York, Long Island team, and the Baltimore team. Baltimore down 9-3, made a really effective comeback. And then Justin Brown iced the game to put him back up, Long Island back up by 2.
The Durham Capital player of the game, Justin Brown. Amazing effort for him all day. You know, you talk about his goals, Bob, and anybody can, and you know as a coach, he did more than just score goals, did Justin Brown.
Well, sometimes you got to look at the timing of a goal. Yep. Baltimore was making a comeback. He scored a goal early in the game. Baltimore was making a little comeback, had it down to 3 or 4. He scored. Baltimore just had it down to 10-9. They had a couple of possessions. Justin scored to put them back up 11-9 and basically iced the game. So it's not always how many you score. Sometimes it's when you score and the timing. Justin certainly deserving of the MVP.
And unbelievably consistent. He is your Durham Capital player of the game. Justin Brown out of Half Hollow Hills West. It'll be a fantastic interview with Justin when we get down there right after this.
So the biggest difference between the Under Armour Command Head and the Command Low is the ability to form a mid to low pocket, whereas the original Command was designed to form a mid to high pocket. It really is the ideal head shape for attackmen and midfielders who like to shoot the ball. Through the narrow profile, it keeps the ball from hanging in the corners of the head, which is going to give players a more accurate shot. Another great benefit of the design is the Glidescope feature, which allows players to pick up ground balls more quickly and efficiently. Coming in at under 5 ounces, the Command Low is a lightweight option that doesn't compromise the performance benefits of the head. The head is constructed of a temperature stabilizing material that helps it hold up throughout the seasons. If you're a player looking for a lightweight head that delivers power and control, string up the Under Armour Command Low.
For over 30 years, Cascade has been the most trusted helmet in lacrosse. Introducing the Cascade S. The pinnacle of protection, comfort, and vision. Cascade, passion to protect.
Ever since I was a young girl, I've dreamed of racing against the pros. So I kept pushing to be better and never let my foot off the gas. That drive caught the attention of someone who strives for better just like me.
Here's to dreaming big. The Papa John's XXL Pizza. It's 30% larger than our large, with huge deli-style pepperoni and oversized and traditional Italian sausage. Only $12.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Hey, we are live here with Justin Brown. 3 goals on the day, and his teammates who love him. Now, Justin, tell us, the first goal you scored down at this end, you took advantage of a defense that wasn't set.
Yeah, you know, I had to do what I had to do. I went to the cage, and some of the times I look for my teammates, but they also wasn't.
Okay, so you talked about your teammates, some guys who played well. Don't shy up. Talk about some of your teammates who had some great games throughout this tournament.
Yeah, you know, I love my teammates, my squad over here. You know, I love them a lot. You know, we played through a good game. You know, the other team was really good, but we fought it out.
Now, at the end of the game, Baltimore's cut the lead to 1, and somehow you made something happen down here and you iced the game. How'd that feel?
I felt really good. I saw Brendan O'Neill cut down, so I knew how to make something happen. But all in all, it was really good.
And Brendan O'Neill, is he a freak of nature?
Yeah, he's good. He's real good. He's a big guy. He's a real big guy.
Who has better calves, me or Brendan O'Neill?
I don't know about that. I have to go with Brendan.
Are you kidding?
No, I'm joking. You, obviously.
Obviously. Now, come on. What do you got plans for the summer?
Hang out with my team still. I still want to link up with my boys, you know.
How many of these guys live near Half Hollow Hills?
A couple, not many.
So do you guys practice before the tournament?
Yeah, we practiced one time.
One time? And did these guys all know that you were legit after that first practice?
I'm pretty sure, yes. They had to be.
So am I.
Yeah, everything's good, though. I like my
Everything's good? Yeah. Your team's... Hey, we're going to wrap it up. Justin Brown, the Durham... Oh, played better.
I'd like to welcome everybody to the 2017 Under Armour All-American Press Lunch.
The All-American experience has been great so far. You know, we get surprised like every few hours with something new, and practice is great, the meals are awesome, and the speakers are good too. My reaction while I was on spring break with my team and I got the call from like a random number, wasn't sure if I was going to pick up, and I picked up, and it was pretty exciting news. I was excited right away, and I was just antsy to get down here. Coach Bresci and the whole coaching staff really implements a family feel, so it made me feel comfortable when I was there, which is really good.
It's been pretty sweet. They hooked us up with some nice gear immediately when we arrived, so it's been awesome. The hotel's been great, and couldn't ask for anything better, so it's been great. So I remember telling my mom, I was like, oh, I really gotta like ask my coaches to like petition for me, and then she was like, no, it's for juniors only, and I just remember getting the call and being so happy I didn't miss it, and it was great. It was awesome. Look forward to playing with some great players. Obviously, you can see like some of the best players in the country are here, and also looking for some highlight plays. That'd be hopefully not on me, but.
When I got the phone call, my first reaction was kind of disbelief. I had heard about it and obviously watched on TV, so being actually invited to play in that was something else, and I was very, very excited. So far, the Under Armour All-American experience has been nothing short of amazing. They've taken care of us so well, and honestly attended to our every need and given us everything that we could hope for. I think I arrived at my decision to attend Princeton University. I really value the balance they place on academics as well as athletics.
Once I got the phone call, I was in awe. Like, I was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe this is happening. Like, to play with all these girls that are so talented, it was just awesome. Once I stepped onto the Hopkins campus, I was like, oh my goodness, this is awesome. I love the coaches, I love the girls, they were all so welcoming, so I just kind of knew it was the place for me. I would say my dad. He played at Loyola University, and I guess I kind of like resemble him on the field, like just getting the ball up and down the field and like playing fast, keeping everyone up and high-spirited. So, yeah, my dad.
Great call.